So this is my impression of the average American shopping for clothes. You ready? So, does it have any structure? Is there any tailoring to it? Is it glamorous? Is it going to make me look nice and handsome? Oh, no. Not interested. No. Anyway, this is an episode of Han Solo, which is a George Hahn podcast. Han Solo is the podcast that I, George Hahn, do by myself, solo. And yeah, the other episodes of the George Hahn podcast are with guests. And so far I've had the likes of Greg Proops and Judy Gold. And some years back, when I tried to start this podcast, I had my friend Sandra Bernhard and Dave Hill and the wonderful Paul Rudnick. I highly recommend you guys listen to that conversation. It's, those are older, but they are, I believe, evergreen. Anyway, I just wanted to jump on the mic and share a little bit about right now. As I sit here, it is Monday. The news has just come in that iconic, legendary fashion designer Valentino Garavani has died. I think he was 92. Legend. And I haven't read any of the obits because I've been working here this morning or early this afternoon as I record this. But I can tell you that it's going to be my movie for the night. There was a wonderful documentary from, I want to say, it was like 2009, 2000. I don't remember the year. The early aughts. And it's called The Last Emperor, and it's a documentary about the life, work, career of Valentino. It's a well-done documentary. It's beautifully done, and it's just great story. And he was a legend. He was a real legend. I highly recommend it. It's called The Last Emperor. I don't know where it's streaming off the top of my head, but you'll find it. And what else is going on? I'm actually, speaking of movies, going to go treat myself to a little afternoon matinee today because I haven't done that in a while. I'm going to go to the movies by myself. Speaking of Han Solo. And finally getting around to seeing Marty Supreme, which everyone is talking about. Sometimes I just feel like I have to go see a movie to get it over with and alleviate the pressure of the sort of social / conversational pressure, and Marty Supreme falls in that category. Marty Supreme is coming up in a lot of conversations, and I feel like I have to kind of get up to speed. So I'm going to go see Marty Supreme, and I don't want to be disrespectful and be like, oh, I got to get it out of the way. It's not like that. No. I kind of like all the parties involved, so I don't want to sound like a dick about it, and I apologize if I do. So I'm going to go see Marty Supreme. And speaking of things to watch, this is something I want. Please enjoy the soundtrack of New York City outside my window of my Upper West Side apartment. I was out last night. I was out at a meeting last night with my friend Molly, and then my other friend was not game for dinner after the meeting because he had gone to dinner before. So I thought, okay, I'm going to order something because I wasn't really in the mood to make anything, even though I'm pretty good at stocking stuff in the kitchen that is pretty quick to make. Like, I always have jars of Rayo's arrabbiata sauce on hand and some pasta to boil. I've always got in the freezer, I usually have Hebrew National Pigs in a Blanket or some California Pizza Kitchen frozen margarita pizzas and things like that. I just wasn't in the mood last night. I just felt like getting room service, let's call it, delivery. So I got, it's Sunday night, so there's always a new episode of Landman, which is a show I really enjoy. And I think Billy Bob Thornton is hilarious. I love Ellie Larder on the show. Demi Moore is fantastic to look at. And let me just have a little shout out for something that not a lot of people talk about. Oh, and by the way, Sam Elliott, who I think it's like, Sam, do you want to do a gig? No, I don't want to have to work too hard. All right, all you got to do, Sam, you're going to have like 3 lines per episode, maybe. You have 1 costume. Oh, you're wearing that white T-shirt? Oh, and those are your jeans? Yeah, you could just wear that. Okay, we just wear that on the show. And all we need you to do, really, Sam, is just watch the sunset. We're just going to shoot you watching the sunset. And as we said, you're going to have like maybe 3 lines per episode. Are you game? We'll pay you a fuck ton of money. All right, cool. So that's Sam Elliott on the show. No. I love Sam Elliott. He looks amazing. He's got to be in his 80s, and I'd still hit that. Like, it's, yeah. And Billy Bob just bringing the bomb dick energy. I love the way he I love the way he comports himself on that show. I love the character. Anyway, Andy Garcia has, and I don't know anything about Texas style culture other than cowboy boots and bootcut jeans and cowboy shirts and cowboy hats and, the things that get sort of blown up in pop culture. But like the way Billy Bob Thornton dresses on the show. I mean, I think there's like, Texas is the place for that. And I think it looks amazing, actually. I would never try to pull that off in New York or something. It's not me. It's whatever. There's a place for that. And Texas is the geography for that. And I think it's fantastic. Andy Garcia, on the other hand, he plays a mogul, perhaps also the head of a drug empire. I don't. It's a little murky. Anyway, Andy Garcia's clothes are so beautiful on the show. Now, Andy's a bigger guy. I wouldn't call him I wouldn't call his physique a fit one, but I think Andy Garcia looks really good. I have to look up who the costume designer is on that show, but he's wearing these tailored fits, double-breasted jackets or suits. There are a couple single-breasteds in there. Some are darker color, some are the more pastel, kind of like there was this one episode where he was wearing a jacket, like a blazer. It was like a coral color, and he looked amazing in it. He's always got some pocket linen, like a handkerchief, sort of with a little flourish bouncing out of the pocket of the jacket. Sometimes there's a tie involved. Oftentimes there's not. And the fabrics are very soft, not totally unstructured. There is a little bit of a structure to the tailoring, but I'd be very curious to find out where those clothes come from. I'm sure I can find out if I Google it. Are we looking at Brunello Cucinelli here? I don't know. But he looks really good. He looks really good. And he wears these handsome tailored clothes that look very expensive, like they're pajamas. Like, he's just so comfortable and easy in them. Whereas a lot of guys, when they wear tailored stuff, it's like a prison suit for them. And that's a sign that it's tailored wrong. Your tailored stuff should be even Daniel Craig in a Bond film, tailored to the teeth. But he doesn't look uncomfortable. If it's uncomfortable, it's not tailored right. And Andy Garcia is tailored perfectly. And he looks so handsome and elegant and sophisticated and modern yet classic on this show on Landman. So my Sunday night was getting an hour with the new episode of Landman. That was a particularly good episode this week. And ordering some dinner. And dinner came in the form of Chipotle. I indulge in it once in a while. Some people like to shine Chipotle on. And, I don't know. I love Chipotle. I always have. I like fast casual. I also like Panera. I'm not above it. I'm on the side of it. I'm not below it. I'm not above it. And yeah, I enjoy fast casual. Let's see, what else do I like fast casual? I like Just Salad. What do they make? Just Salad. But they also have good soups. So I like Just Salad. I like Chipotle. I like Panera. So anyway, I get my Chipotle, which is usually a sofritas burrito or bowl, but last night I got a burrito. Sofritas burrito with the medium spicy salsa, black beans, brown rice, lettuce, no cheese. And I will sometimes and sometimes not, although last night I indulged in guac and chips. So I got some chips and guac and a burrito and nothing to drink. I had water here at home. And I honestly could not think of a better sort of Han Solo Sunday night on my own watching Landman with Chipotle. Like, did you have a better idea? I didn't think so. So enjoying that. I shared about this on my live walk, my morning walk on Instagram. And you know something? Like, I know this is a tricky time, and I know that, our ire is up with everything that's happening, particularly in Minneapolis at the moment. But then again, there's everything else. There's what's going on with Greenland, Denmark. I mean, come on, pick a tariff. There are a lot of things to be angry about. And so I'm sharing about, as I just shared with you just now, as I spoke about my perfect evening with myself, my dog, Landman, and Chipotle with a burrito and guac and chips and guac. And someone pipes up, well, the head of Chipotle donated money to help the ICE agent who shot Renee Good. And all right, so let me just break that down in a couple of ways, because it just kind of set me off for a couple of reasons. First of all, it turns out to not be true. It was Bill Ackman who did that, not anybody attached with Chipotle, really. And second of all, you cannot really, I guess we're not allowed to enjoy or express enjoyment of something unless we have vetted absolutely every product or service, I guess. I didn't know that this had gone down with Chipotle. I didn't know until much later that Spotify had been running ads through the end of December for ICE. I didn't know that. And so we're not allowed to enjoy something unless we fully vet it. And I know that there is some civic responsibility that we should take. I get that. Know where your money's going. Maybe do a little, homework into what the values are. But do I have to? That means my groceries got here. Sorry, that's Lenore. And I got a grocery delivery. Fresh Direct. Thank you. Anyway, I digress. So I read this comment, and I just kind of went like, God, I can't even, I'm trying to take a moment and express my enjoyment of taking a break in light of everything that's going on and watching an episode of Landman and having a fucking burrito and some chips and guac, and someone's got to harsh my mellow and remind me I shouldn't be enjoying that because the politics of it were wrong. And she ended up being incorrect. But this is the kind of thing that really bums me out about comment sections, and sometimes I will, depending on my mood, I will disable comments when I do a live. I don't want to do that, but my God. And then I immediately was reminded of Mark Maron's latest special, which, if you haven't caught it, it's fantastic. I think it's on HBO Max or whatever. His newest special from 2025. I forget the name of it. But he opens the show with a bit about, isn't everything great? America's so great. Everything's great. But he said something to the effect of, and I'm not going to do it justice, really, but about how the left got so fucking woke about everything that they turned half the country into Nazis. And this is the kind of shit that drives me absolutely crazy. When we're not, everything's got to hit every bullet point on the approved list of things that meet the purity test. And I did not vet Chipotle before I ordered it. Am I going to find out that the owner of Just Salads is friends with Jared Kushner? I don't fucking know. So my point is, I guess, and I say this for myself as well, because I don't want to be that guy either, as tempting as it might be sometimes, is to be the one who has to sort of like lift a leg and piss on something when I could like go into someone's DMs instead and be like, listen, just a heads up that whatever. But I guess part of what irked me about it is that she had done it in a public forum, and it made me feel bad. I was expressing something that gave me some very rare, I got to sneak a rare hour of joy, right? And someone pissed on it, and it just set me off, and it really bummed me out. And I don't want to be that person. Anyway, that's all I wanted to share. The episode is really good, though. The episode is really good. I'm going to go get my groceries out from the... It's like I live this hotel lifestyle. It's a little like a Chipotle deliver feels like room service. I get my groceries delivered to the door because I don't always have time to do laundry. And I wish I had laundry. If I had laundry machines in my apartment, I would do my own laundry more. I do have laundry in the building. We have a laundry room in the basement. It's not a very good one. The machines are like half the machines are usually busted, and it's a hassle. So I use Rinse. I love that laundry service. They do a great job. So I will do laundry delivery from Rinse, which I enjoy. It's a splurge, but worth it because what I get back in time that I can use otherwise is productive. So it's a very... I'm laughing at myself. I'm making fun of myself. I live a somewhat hotel lifestyle. I do not get dry cleaning delivered. I have to go get that down. But I have to go all the way downstairs. But groceries, most of them, not all of them. Groceries I often get delivered. I like to go to Zabar's for some things, especially coffee. Occasionally Trader Joe's. I've got one a few blocks north of me. And in an emergency, I will go to Gristedes. But wow, that place is such a bad experience. And there is a Whole Foods I rarely, if ever, go. There's a Whole Foods on it's on 96th, I want to say, in Columbus. Anyway, so that's my my hotel lifestyle, which I enjoy. So anyway, and thank you guys for joining me on Substack. The Substack journey is a relative new one for me, and I think subscribers are enjoying it. I hope you guys are. And it saves what it's doing for me and followers is that it's consolidating the activity. The newsletter is there. The podcasts, including this one, are there. Live videos are there. Some social media quips I will throw up, like some photos like I did. I posted about Andy Garcia's wardrobe on Landman last night, actually. In addition to posting it to Threads and Blue Sky, the social media function on Substack enabled me to put it there as well. So I'm doing more and more activity on Substack. And also, instead of saying, if you want to contribute to help sort of keep the effort alive, because I don't really have too many paywalls around anything, is go to this or this or this. You can all do it at Substack. It's all right there. And for those of you who are paid subscribers, I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it. It helps keep the dog fed, and it's all fantastic. In closing, so thank you for that very, very much. And in closing, I also want to say I am wearing today, you can see it in the video edition of this episode, but I am wearing a brand new Oxford cloth button down that I got from J Press. I have a couple in the piece I just wrote, also on Substack, about Oxford cloth button down shirts. I mentioned that I have a couple from Brooks Brothers, which I do. And this one from J Press, I really like. The fabric comes from, I don't know where the fabric's from, the cotton. But these are made in the USA. Kind of expensive. $185 is expensive for a dress shirt, but it's very well made. It's super comfortable. I washed it once, hung dry. Next time, I'm going to send it to the cleaners because I think I want to have these pressed. And I just wanted to test this out, and I really like it. I've never bought a shirt from J Press before, and I think it's quite nice, actually. It's lighter. The Oxford cloth is thinner and lighter, which is going to be better in the summertime. The Oxford cloth that Brooks Brothers uses is a little thicker, which is better for cooler temperatures, I suppose. So anyway, that's it. Not that I needed to bring that up, but I did, so please enjoy it. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening, for those of you who are just listening, and thank you for watching, for those of you who are watching. All right, that's it for this episode of Han Solo, which is a George Hahn podcast, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye for now.